When should you tell a customer not to buy from you? Or should you ever tell a customer not to buy from you? This time on Sales Talk with Joe. Whether you've been in sales for years, or just starting your sales career, or even just thinking about a career in sales, Sales Talk with Joe is designed to help you become more successful. Now, this video was stimulated by a communication I received recently from Tim Wackel. Now, Tim Wackel is a great sales trainer. I got to know him when a company I was with had him come in and do a presentation at our national sales meeting. And I picked up a lot of really good information from Tim that helped me greatly in my sales career. And fortunately, I wound up on Tim's mailing list. I receive a regular email and communication from him. And by the way, I'll put Tim's contact information in the description in this video. So if you want to get in contact with him and start receiving his communications, I'm sure he'll be happy to add you to his mailing list. Anyway, the latest one that he sent out was talking about the old classic thing that we see from time to time in movies where a sales or somebody says to someone that wants to be a salesperson, sell me this pen or sell me this computer. And they hand it to him, and that person has roughly 30 seconds to construct some kind of a persuasive sales pitch that's going to convince somebody that they're going to buy something that they don't necessarily need. And Tim said, that's an old-fashioned and frankly theatrical view of what a salesperson is and what a salesperson does. It's not what we do today. We do discovery. We find out what somebody's wants, needs, and desires are, and then match what we have to offer them to their wants, needs, and desires. That make sure that it's the best fit. And Tim said in this communication, there may be times when you say to a prospect, you know, what I have isn't the best fit for you. And that got me to thinking, should we say that ever to a prospect or a customer? I think, there's two schools of thoughts on this. Number one is, of course, you want to maintain integrity. You don't want to manipulate people into purchasing something that really isn't the best thing for them and therefore doesn't meet their needs. And long term, they're unhappy and you lose other opportunities with them, or your reputation becomes that of the pushy salesperson that just wants to make a sale. And secondly, you don't want to disappoint a customer or a prospect. You want to, because we're in the business to actually help people solve needs and make the best possible buying decision about the particular item or service that they are looking for or that will meet their needs. We want to make sure that we match them up with the best product or service that will be the most satisfactory to them. Now, the challenge is, or the real question is, do you decide that, or does the customer decide that? Frankly, I've always come down on the side of let the customer decide. Someone once said to me in some sales training, always give the customer the opportunity to say no. In other words, make sure they're aware of everything that you have to offer and let them decide what's best for them or what's not best for them. Now, the problem with going with that strategy is you have to make sure that you have the opportunity to communicate with the customer as to the full function of your product or the features of your service, the features of your products, features and benefits, let's call it, of your products. And then you get into a danger of you turning into just a pitch, and you don't want to do that. So as you can see, sales is very complex, and it takes a very skilled person to navigate this process properly. But deciding for the customer, I think, is a mistake. I don't think that you should tell a customer what you think is best for them. I think you give them the options and let them decide. Make sure they're educated on the options and understand, but let them decide. Customers will surprise you with what they do. Sometimes they just won't step up and move up to the product level of product or service that you offer that you think that they should. Other times they'll go way above what you expected them to. But in any case, if they make the purchase and they're happy with it, or they feel like you represented it to them properly and they understood what it was you were offering them and suggesting to them as a purchase, and they make the purchase and it's satisfactory to them, whether or not you thought it was absolutely the right and best thing for them to buy doesn't matter. What matters is the customer making the purchase and feeling like they got the best value for their money. So I always fall down on the side of offering the customer everything that I have to offer them. If I have different grades of products or service available, I'll make sure they understand what all three of those are to the best of my ability and let them make the decision. I'm Joe Ferguson. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have a product or service that you think might be interesting to my viewers, email me. My email's in the description, and we can talk about sponsorship opportunities for these videos. I think you'll find them very reasonable and very worthwhile. If you like this video, please hit the like button. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe. Again, YouTube tells me that less than half of my viewers are subscribers. So subscribe. That way you'll know for sure you're going to see a video every Thursday when I post them and not miss the latest content. Oh, and share this video with someone that you think might be interested in or it might be helpful for. Again, I'm Joe Ferguson. Thank you so much for watching, and be on the lookout every Thursday for another Sales Talk with Joe.